wonderful introduction. And thanks a lot, Shrika, for organizing this, amazing webinar. And thanks everyone, good afternoon. You are able to join on a webinar at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So get your coffees, so that, we can make it super smooth. So I also have one of my team members, Deepak, available on chat. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to, add it on Zoom chat and Deepak will take it up and answer the questions, effectively. So let me start with Stackby. The topic of the webinar is how we can move away from, spreadsheets to databases. So we all know that, spreadsheets have been around since almost 40 years. And a lot of people still heavily use spreadsheets to manage their work. What started as a number crunching tool to digitize our, accounting or our ledgers is now, this makeshift database for millions of people. So that is what, we are going to go after, in today's, webinar, that what are the different types of challenges that we face in, work today, and why move away from spreadsheets if you're using it already, in your business. We'll go through the quick product tour of, Stackby, and I'm going to give a live demo of the platform, and we'll leave, the last bit, open for, Q&A. So this is the agenda for, today's webinar. So we'll start with challenges of work, today. We all see, there is spreadsheets all around us. There are over 1 billion plus spreadsheet users, in the world. And there are a lot of, prepackaged, tools available, whether it's a CRM platform or an all-in-one marketing suite or, a project management tool. Most of these tools lack customization. These are prepackaged into a product, and the product tells you how to work rather than you telling the product how to work. And most of the tools available today, that do allow you to customize are very developer centric. Most of the tools would require some bit of technical knowledge for you to customize it and create it the way you want. So the idea is there are need for platforms that empower business users, business users like you and me, who want to use technology, but, don't know where to get started. So our vision at Stackby is to democratize, software creation for 1 billion plus, spreadsheet users that are out there. So Stackby is basically an all-in-one work management and collaboration platform. It is as easy to use as a spreadsheet. It works like a database, and it connects to, popular services via no-code automations. So currently, there is a web application. There are native mobile apps on both iOS and Android. There are desktop apps on Mac and Windows, and also there is a Chrome extension. So a little bit about the company profile. So my personal background, I was working, in the US for 5 years. And, back then I was, struggling with spreadsheets. I would use, spreadsheets left, right, and center. So I was part of a large Fortune 500 company, and we were managing, deal flow. We were managing competitor analysis, patent tracking, due diligence tracking. So we used to invest into a lot of startups, back then. And we're trying to find a tool that would allow us to organize our data effectively, collaborate with our team, and set up our automations the way we wanted. So with that, we realized that that most of the tools that are available today don't let you customize the way you want. So with that idea, I moved back to India in 2018. I quit my job, moved to India in 2018 to start Stackby. So we were founded in 2018. We are now we launched our product essentially like in July 2019 in soft beta. But like our full launch happened in Jan 2020. So let's talk about, why to move away, from spreadsheets. So I'm going to give you 6 differences or 6 reasons why to move away from spreadsheets, and perhaps you can relate, as we speak. So first of all, spreadsheets are unstructured. So what I mean by that is that, a cell is a first-class citizen, in a spreadsheet. You can add anything in that particular cell and it will take that form, right? And typically, spreadsheets, you see that within one sheet, people are creating multiple tables. Cells are not referenced together properly, and data is kind of unstructured. I mean, people try to structure that data, but at the end of the day, they're still using spreadsheets. Where databases, columns are first class citizens in databases. So you can validate those column types. You can basically choose different types of data types that can get into that particular column. On a spreadsheet, you're typically adding things like number, text, date or time, or even like thumbnails of attachments. Where in terms of databases are concerned, you can add, more than 20 different types of data types on, different columns, which, makes databases more structured. So we all, have faced issues with, filtering and sorting data, in spreadsheets. It basically, if you're collaborating on a spreadsheet and you've filtered it, it basically changes the view of everybody, that is working on that particular sheet. And, that creates a lot of mess when it comes to collaboration, when there are multiple people, working on it at the same time. Third, data validation is not there in spreadsheets. As I said, a cell is a first class citizen, so you can add anything, within that cell. And that cell, may or may not be referenced, to other places, within the sheet. Databases allow you to visualize beyond a table. So when you see a spreadsheet, you're essentially working within the grid or within the table, format. But there are some databases, like Stackby, that allow you to visualize your data not just into tables, but also into different views, like Kanban or calendar, or even create custom forms that are attached to your database. We all have used, H lookups or V lookups, right? From referencing data, from one table to another in spreadsheets. Databases inherently are relational, right? So what I mean by relational databases is that you can link data across different tables within a database. You can create one-to-one, one-to-many, many-to-many relationships across those tables, and, automatically create those relationships and then do a lookup, from one table to another, which makes it much more structured and streamlined as compared to, a typical spreadsheet. So these were the five, differences, of, why, spreadsheets, you know, don't let you organize and structure your work the way, you really want. So I'm going to go through the quick product tour of, Stackby. So there's a quick video, I can also share this link, in the chat, if you are not able to hear the audio properly.
All of us have been there, still patching information across sheets and applications, docs, and manually collecting every data on spreadsheets, going through it, sorting it to analyze the growth and projects. Gone are the days when you're manually updating your good old spreadsheet. Why waste time on things that can be automated? Meet Stackby, a platform that allows you to build your own work tools the way you want. No coding or training needed. It's as easy to use as a spreadsheet, functions like a database, and connects to the best APIs, all in a single flexible platform. Choose from the predefined templates across various domains like sales, marketing, video production, project management, or build your own from scratch. The possibilities are endless. With Stackby, you can add notes, categories, assign tasks to collaborators, or add images and documents. There are more than 25 unique column types that allow you to create your own workflow the way you want. If one sheet doesn't do everything you need, you can import data, create relationships across tables, do a lookup, or summarize linked rows via aggregations. But you also often work with data from different apps and platforms, right? You can connect columns to APIs to pull in live information from the apps you already love and use, like YouTube, Facebook, Google, MailChimp, Hunter.io, and more. The built-in Data Explorer lets you configure columns from the API response, and voila! All your data comes in a single click. Hit refresh to get the updated data. Whether you're managing your video campaigns, building your lead lists, running Facebook campaigns, or even tracking your deal flow, you can pull data directly from respective APIs in a single click. Not only you can plan and manage, but also automate your data and work. That's not the end. You can customize your fields, add filters, create custom forms to share, view data in pipeline, or a calendar. Visualize your data in multiple layouts and get a bird-eye view of everything that's going on. But why do it alone? You can collaborate with your team in real time and always stay in sync through chatting your team members on particular records, creating checklists and reminders, send Slack notifications and reminders, stay productive with the most cohesive tools to improve your team collaboration. Take command of your work. Stackby, work like it's Friday.
So I'll quickly go through the product tour. So basically, with Stackby, you can create your own custom databases the way you want, and these databases are as simple to use as a spreadsheet. There are more than 25 unique column types which are completely validated to what you ask that column type to take, and it's completely flexible and it works in real time, similar to like a Google Sheet or an Excel. You can collaborate with your team from anywhere in the world. We all know, remote work is here to stay. COVID is surging again, and I think this is so fundamentally work has changed, right? So we all know, the importance of collaboration. Working, with the team members. In fact, at Stackby, we have team members across 10 different cities right now, and for us, that real-time collaboration becomes super more important. As we grow our team. So you can work, with your team with real-time chat, checklist and reminders, or even like connect to, Slack or Microsoft Teams where you're communicating with your team members. There are different views of your data. So not only you can see it in a grid or a spreadsheet kind of a view, but you can also see and configure your data into like a Kanban, create a custom form, that can be connected directly to your database. You can see it in a calendar, you can create a gallery, or you can even create like updatable forms where not only you can submit a response, but any of your team members, for example, who are working on the field, can basically, also, update, via a form, interface. So the Stackby platform also connects to, popular services. So we have more than 50 different types of native column level API connectors. And these are, with the likes of, popular services like Google Analytics, Google Ads, Facebook Ads, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and so on. And basically with these APIs, you can pull data automatically directly into your table. So if you're managing a Facebook ad campaign, you can pull in the campaign statistics. If you're managing a YouTube channel, you can pull in individual video statistics. So where you're managing your campaigns to video production, you can end-to-end, manage that particular workflow, from planning to collaboration to even organizing your data as well as reporting in a single place. So you can automate and do data gathering in Sheets, through the platform. So I'll quickly go through the, live demo and, show you Stackby in action. So just bear with me. So this is how, once you enter, so anybody can sign up for free. We have a free forever plan, with limits of course, but you can like start, organizing and setting up your databases, and workflows in your team, in our free plan. So once you enter into the dashboard, you basically see a workspace. Now, a workspace, for example, could be your company, or it could be a department if you're a large, organization. So within a workspace, there are stacks. Now stacks are individual databases. So we call database a stack. It could be like a sheet, like a Google Sheet, for example. You can add people to, the workspace as well as, give them a permission. And you can also add people to individual stacks and give them a permission. Right. So it depends on how you want to structure, your team and your data. So I want to show you 6 different templates that are, super helpful for, startups and small to medium businesses. And that will also give an idea in terms of, what, the platform can do. So let me start with like managing your marketing campaigns. So this is how, the platform looks. There are tables, right? There are rows and columns. Now there are 25 different types of unique column types that you can choose, and structure your data. So it could start with like a short text or a long text to number-based formats, to check boxes, drop downs where you can add tags and multiple tags. You can add collaborators and multiple collaborators, assign people to individual cell and they would get a notification. You can add files and images and attachments right at the cell. You can add things like rating, email, URL. Then there are formulas. So we all love formulas, right? Now, in a spreadsheet, formula is basically referenced in a cell, right, with A1, B2, C3. In Stackby, there are formulas that are basically taking the name of the column. So, for example, if you have two columns, price and number of units, and you want the third column to be price into number of units, so you can add like you can notify the column name instead of referencing an individual cell. So the data is much more structured when it comes to a database like this. Now, one of the biggest benefits of moving to a database is that you can create relationships. So if you have three tables, right, campaigns, channels, and creatives, and you want to link campaigns to a particular channel, you can easily link to another row and select a table that you want to link it to, right? So you can link rows across those tables. Once you link, you can of course then do a lookup, do a lookup from one table to another, or even do an aggregation. So aggregation is basically summary of a lookup, from one table to another. So I'm going to show you all of this, and then we have few other column types that are super interesting. One is a push message, so you can send an SMS or a WhatsApp message just by creating a button. You can add barcode. So if you're managing your inventory or you have anything to do with barcodes, you can open our mobile app and you can basically reference a barcode to a particular record. And you can also connect to a third-party API or a service. So you can connect column to all these popular APIs that we've integrated, and we continuously keep adding more. So it could be from the likes of Ahrefs to Facebook ads, to Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Instagram, LinkedIn, Substat, Moz, SEMrush, YouTube. So you can pull in data from these different services based on the workflows that you're doing, whether you're managing your SEO projects or your content calendar or your marketing campaigns. You can pull data from these respective APIs directly to your tables. So we have pre-built API functions across these different services that allow you to pull information directly. So let me show you how it works. So the whole experience is as simple as a spreadsheet. So for example, let's do like a NSRCL campaign. The campaign goal is to reach out to maximum startups. I can add thumbnails or images. So basically I can link it to Google Drive, Dropbox, from Gmail, or even like just bring files, or drag and drop files right into the cell. So once it's done, basically it automatically you can see those files right inside the platform. So you can add multiple files as well. So let me quickly add like a couple of them. Let me see if I can get a file. So just basically you can add files and attachments. So you can add statuses and drop downs. So for example, this is upcoming. The response is fantastic. Who's the campaign lead, for example. Say what is the budget of this campaign, however you like to add. So if you basically if you have added like only currency will be taken here, so only currency will be added. So if you try to write ABCD, it won't take. So these are validated columns. You can add start dates and end dates. Right now I've already linked this to the channels table. So in the channels table, I have all these different channels, from Facebook, Twitter, and all of that. Now I want to link a particular, campaign. So what I can do is I can basically, I've already linked this to, that particular table, the column to that particular table. And if I just click on the plus sign here, I can see all the channels, all the records from the channels table will show up, like this. So for example, this will go on, the blog and on Facebook. So I can just basically create those links, right? Now in the channels table, automatically within blog and Facebook, you will see, uh, NSRCEL campaign already linked, right? So you can create relationships like this, automatically. Now, if I want to do like a lookup count, where on the total number of, channels, how many campaigns are there. So I've done a lookup count where I've just counted the number of campaigns, right? So it automatically changes, the information as you are linking more rows across those tables. Now, for example, you've already seen that there is a budget here. Now, within the channels table, I want to see, you know, within that channel, how much have we spent across all the campaigns, right? Um, so basically what I'll do is I'll do an aggregation where from the campaigns table, I will basically get the spent column, right? Create a sum of it and show it in a currency format, right? So the spent column here, right? It automatically picks up, data and creates a sum of it and adds it as an aggregation. So for example, if I'm adding a new Twitter campaign, let's just say this also goes to Twitter. So this, the spent will change in real. So it's right now it's 54. Let me add like we have spent, for example, $100 here. So it changes to 154. So it automatically pulls in, information from one table to another. So it's very good when you're tracking your KPIs, into a sheet and you want it automated. You can same way you can do, the total budget. You can do an aggregation of the budget, and you can then add a formula where total budget minus total spent is the total, remaining for that particular, channel. Right. So this is how, you can organize, your information, within Stackby. So you can even add like complex formulas, where, for example, you can add, formulas like, if, or, complex if formulas where, for example, if the convergence is greater than 20, call it superb conversion. If it's less than 10, can do better, or else it's neutral. So it automatically, basically looks at the conversion count and then it gives you a conversion status based on that. So now within Stackby, you can add, all sorts of, formulas. So I'll just quickly show you. So you just have to reference the fields, right? And then, there are different functions that you can use. It starts from, numerical operators to numerical functions, logical operators, logical functions, if formulas, date time functions, array functions, and so on. So there are more than 100 different types of formulas and functions added. So you can basically compute anything, really, when it comes to utilizing the platform. Now you have all these data, right, organized the way you like. If you want to quickly search on something, you can do a quick search, right, where I want to see everything where there's Facebook linked. So searching becomes super easy when it comes to databases. I want to hide a particular column, I can quickly hide it. Now these are, advanced, filters, made easy. So, we usually talk about queries, within the, within databases. So what we have made is we have made queries super easy for anybody to customize. So for example, if I want to see where status says, any of revision, so it just filters those records. And for example, where budget is say greater than 200. So it just filters those records, according to your, according to, your filters that you've set. And you can use and or, as, different filter types. I can also add like conditional color formatting where, for example, I want to define a condition where status is, for example, work in progress. So it just gives, the color formatting, and I can add, different, like I can make the full row color, or if I just want to make, partial color, I can easily do that as well. Similarly, I can also sort, information where I want to sort based on the budget, in ascending or descending order. I can easily do that, as well. So all of this, works like a typical spreadsheet, cut, copy, paste, undo, redo, and this is all collaborative, and managed, accordingly. Now the best thing, about a database is that, you can add different types of views, to the database. So now you see this in a table, which is your master campaign tracker. But you can see, you can convert this into like a Kanban view, where all of this data will be basically visible as cards in a Kanban, and you can drag and drop. So we all know about, Trello, right? So for example, if NSRCL campaign is moved from upcoming to live, automatically, within the campaigns table, it is changed, right? So these are all synced views, related to each other, and I can group, these views by different, things, right? Where I can group it by people, or I can group it by tags, by statuses. Okay. I can also individually open each of these records into views like this, where I can still change the information that I want. Let's just say I've got 100 clicks, and I can chat with my team members. If, we are collaborating on this particular campaign, I can, is the draft ready? So I can add comments. I can see the history of the record. When was this created? What was added? Who changed it? And so on. I can add an individual checklist, within a particular row. So I can add, like, for example, do this, or, do that. So I can quickly add those checklists, or even set a reminder. Okay, remind me at 3 o'clock tomorrow, 10 minutes before, and save it. And this reminders can go into Slack channels or Microsoft Team channels, whatever platform that you're using. Same way, I can see it for all the records, there are. I can also see the records into like a calendar view, where, for example, all of this, is basically at a calendar, right? And I can just move around like this. So this is based on start dates, and I can see it by week, by work week, by particular day, or, by agenda, right? So I can create like complex content calendars, or, campaign calendars, or however you like to, track your work. You can also create a custom form. So basically, you can drag and drop to create a custom form, right? So for example, you're managing, your campaigns, and you want, campaign request, forms, so that any marketer can basically send you a campaign request for you to approve of, the budgets and, the particular campaign. So you can drag and drop to create a, for example, a campaign, like a form like this, right? I can change the colors and so on, basically change the submit message, or, even like redirect it to a different URL once the form is submitted. So what you can do is, you can then preview this form, and this form can be, basically added or embedded onto any website. You can share this link, or you can embed this form onto any website. So if you have, like a contact us page on your website, you can basically add this form, and automatically any response would go into a particular table. So for example, if I add a new campaign, say new 2022 campaign, goals to reach 100K people. The channel is, say, Facebook and Twitter. Start date is this, and this is the budget. So like a form is submitted, and you will see now within the campaigns table, just a minute. Not sure why. So basically a new row, usually gets created. I'm not sure. Let me change the, create a new URL. Yeah, and let's try now. Campaign and 100K subscribers. Add the channels. Add the budget. Submit. So yeah, a new row is created, and then you can basically manage it internally within your team. Okay, this is an upcoming campaign, and we are going to lead this like this. So you can use this for any sort of custom database, and bring your data right inside the platform. You can also see it in a you can also see your rows into like a gallery format like this, where you can see all your assets or all your files in a mood board or a directory kind of a format. And you can choose to customize your cards by thumbnails and so on, and you can choose to show information within your cards however you like to see it. So these are all the different types of views we have within Stackby. So now this is how you can manage your campaigns, right? So we have other stacks as well. So if you're managing your sales teams, you have two tables, deals and reps, where you can basically see all your deals. You can manage it, and what is the expected value of that of that particular deal, and who are the reps associated with it, and what is a percentage probability to close. Now within the reps table, you will see how many deals a particular rep is taking, what is their quota, how much have they closed, have they met their quota, or have they exceeded their quota status. So you quickly create like a sales pipeline for your startup. You don't need like a complex CRM to manage this. If you're managing your HR teams, all of the startups that are here, I'm sure you're all growing. So you're if you want to like manage your applicants, how many applicants are coming, and for what positions, and you want to manage the whole interview process along with it. So you can quickly create your applicant tracker, where you can create an applicant tracking form that can go into your website, and once any response comes to that form, automatically the resumes and everything are added here. You can see the status, give an interview score, their phone numbers, and so on, and you can basically link it to an interviewer, right? So uh, which interviewer is taken those applicants, and for what posts, right? And what are the status of different applicants within that for that particular interview. And you can also see it by open profiles, where these are the different open profiles that you have and how many applicants you have received for what profile. So this is a quick applicant tracker that you can customize. Again, a lightweight CRM, where you have companies, contacts, and activities, where you can basically add all your company list, any of the companies that you're associated with, who are the contacts associated with that particular company, what activities are you doing, whether you're emailing them or meeting them or preparing a contract, and what is the status of those activities. And then you can manage like a quick sales pipeline, by category, by stage, whether they've closed it, users, price per user, and the total revenue, and also like the investor pipeline. So typically founders are looking at two things, right? Sales and investors, in the early stages, and you don't need like a complex CRM to be able to set those pipelines. So it's a single template for you to quickly build your lightweight CRM and manage it in a single place. So I'm sure all of you are building products. So you're managing our product roadmaps, you're managing new features, releases, sprints, and so on. So you can also manage your product roadmap within Stackby, where you can add different tables, say stories. Like within stories there are features, within stories there are sprints, within sprints there are features, and every single sprint would lead to a particular release, right? So this is how you can manage it, by stories, by all your features, right? Which link to which stories, and what is the due date, and whether it is done, whether the sprints are working on time, how many stories are associated with that particular sprint, total features and the completed features, and how many releases have you done based on those particular sprints, right? And whether the statuses are released or not. And if you have individual modules, within your product, you can manage it that way as well. So you can quickly build your custom product roadmap. And this can start small, but you can go as complex as you like it to be. And of course, the last one is all of us, managing content, right? Whether it is our blogs or landing pages or ebooks, whatever we produce, you can manage your complete content calendar, within Stackby, where you're managing a particular content, link it to particular campaigns, and also track your outputs and results of that particular campaign, right? In terms of impressions, clicks, and so on. So you can quickly create a digital content calendar, as well. So these are all the very basic, templates that we have. But you can, if you want to link it to, particular APIs. So I want to show you like a couple of, templates there as well. So if you're managing your Facebook ads or Google ads, campaigns, so what you can then do is you can connect a column to Google Ads API, where you can connect to, for example, Google Analytics, connect to an API, or authenticate that API into your account. Select a service. For in this case, you want to select Google AdWords data by a particular view ID. Select the start dates and end dates, to reference, which is the start date and the end date column. So what it then does is, once the API is called, the JSON is basically brought in into a particular cell, and where you can see all the results of that particular campaign. So you can see the impressions, clicks, ad cost, CPM, CTC, and you can create those 5 columns, right? So once those 5 columns are created, automatically it will pull up like this, right? And all you need to do is just hit refresh to bring the latest information. So it changes, in real time. And you can also, for example, connect to a conversion API where you can bring your goals data, from Google Analytics right into your sheet. So for example, a goal could be a sign up, or a goal could be a purchase. So you can automatically, pull in the respective goals, through the conversion APIs as well. So this is a very powerful feature where you can connect to these, native APIs, and without any coding, you're pulling, data automatically, into your tables. And the same way you can manage your, Facebook or YouTube, campaigns, where you're adding videos, you're just getting a video ID from YouTube, connect this to the YouTube API and just hit refresh. So it automatically pulls in the information, like view count, like count, comments, and so on. And you can just hit multiple refresh to bring the latest information, or even set this as an automation to run every 3 days at a particular time. So you can schedule, the API column type as well. So you will see updated data, every single day that you come into the platform. And the last one that I want to show is, Facebook ads, where you can, pull in, campaign statistics, whether this is CPC, CPM, CTR, frequency of those campaigns, clicks, impressions, spend, and you can do it at the campaigns level, at the ad sets level, and even at individual ads level. So not only you can plan and manage, but also, bring your, reporting, in a single place. And you can create different views, for that. So I've created an all ads view where I just want to see the ads reporting view, where I can just hide, particular column, and I only want to see the reporting. So yeah, so this would probably be my view just for ads reporting. So yeah, these are the few, use cases of, the Stackby platform. And we have, more than 300 templates across different categories, where you can pick and choose, what you want, for your particular startup, whether it's marketing, product, project management, and sales. So I'll quickly go to the presentation. Yeah. So you can also, connect Stackby to more than 2000 plus apps, via the likes of Zapier or Integromat, or if this then that, to automatically, pull data from one service to another. And you can also, use Stackby as a lightweight backend database. So we have our own robust, developer API, where you can, bring the data, through the API, like bring Stackby data through the API, and you can use it, into your respective platforms. We also have, native, mobile apps on iOS and Android, and desktop apps on, Mac and Windows. And we have recently launching, we are actually launching next week on our apps marketplace, where you can create, custom dashboards So, similar to what you see, as charts, pivot tables, summary bars, and so on. So we have, those custom dashboards coming in. So we are launching with, 10 apps first, and then we'll continue to add more apps and also open this to the developer ecosystem to build more apps on top of Stackby. So as I told you, there are more than 300 plus, pre-built templates across marketing, sales, operations, and HR. So a little bit, in terms of, our journey so far, we've received some really good recognitions from G2, Captera, and recently we were awarded as, a category leader by GetApp, in database software, category. We're also like the Tech 30 for 2020, by Your Story. And we've been consistently high performer in project management software, no code application development software, um, task management software, campaign management software by G2. So with our partnership with NSR CEL, all of the startups, get access to Stackby, free for 3 months on our, on our premium plans, for your complete team. So all you need to do is just go ahead and sign up on stackby.com today and just leave us an email, which email that you've signed up with. We'll basically go ahead and upgrade your, your account, onto the startup plan. So yeah, this is a little bit, about Stackby, about moving away from spreadsheets to databases, and we are made, made in India, for the world. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for that, Rachit. So we have a couple of questions that have come in and have already been answered in the chat box. But in addition to that, we do have a few more. So I'll read them out to you, and we can take them up as and when we come along.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So so the first question is from Risha Mehta. Risha wants to know if Stackby is based on MS Excel. So
yeah, so it's not based on MS Excel. It's a platform built, from scratch. Only the, the table view looks like a spreadsheet. That's all. But you can import, Microsoft Excel or Google Sheet files right into the, Stackby platform. So, within a couple of clicks, you can, create your own database.
Okay, so moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
So Raju would like to know, is there any complete data solution for SME? And he also wants to know a little bit about the integration process as such.
Okay. So for SMEs, right? So we have more than 300 templates already live, onto the platform. So each SME is different. So you can, customize, what workflow, you want to manage, whether it is sales, marketing, HR, operations, and you can use one of those templates and, customize your own stack, within the, within the platform. So we have, so many SMEs globally, who are using it. So we have real estate companies, we have, tech startups, we have e-commerce companies, and people are using it for different, use cases. So for example, a real estate company is using it as a real estate transaction tracker or a real estate CRM. Whereas, an e-commerce company is using it as an order management or order fulfillment, database. So you can customize, based on your business and workflow, what you're looking to do. And the platform is flexible and it gives you all the building blocks that you need to customize.
Okay, moving on to the next question. So with regards to data safety on Stackby, Ritika would like to know a little more about that. So you could just help us out with that too.
Yeah. So, so we, on state of the art, AWS, architecture, on the platform. So it's SOC 3, we know about AWS. The data is completely encrypted, onto the platform. So we don't see your data unless you give us, the permission to see it. And also our servers are geo-replicated across different regions. We take daily database backups, and we use, state-of-the-art, security, protocols. So we do security audits. There is third-party, penetration testing, and we also have like a bug bounty program where we are involving more than 100 plus security researchers, where they give us, different security vulnerabilities on a daily basis, and we reward them, based on their findings. So we are an absolute like a security first, mindset, and we really understand that data is important for everybody, and we try our level best to manage our security at all levels, both from organizational level security to server level security.
Okay, thank you for that. Also, there's a question from Risha Mehta, and who wants to know if Stackpile can be used for financial and sales data tracking as well.
Yeah, yeah, you can use it. That's all you need. You just need like a little you just need to set up a little more complex formulas for financial tracking, but yeah, it's easily done. There are people who have done it already onto the platform, and we do have few templates as well.
Okay, so hope that answered your question, Risha. Rupa would like to know if we can link Stackby data with Tally. So the Tally software, right?
Yeah. So if Tally is available on cloud, and if they are on Zapier or any of these workflow automation platforms, then yes. But I will have to look at it. Because I haven't seen people connecting Stackby to Tally, because Tally is usually offline. So I'm not
Yes.
sure if they have a cloud-based version right now. But if they do, then of course we have the developer API, and you can pull in data within Tally as well. But I will come back to you. So if you can, Shrika, if you can give me her email, or I can
Yes.
we'll find out.
Rupa requesting you to drop your email ID in the chat box. Rachit will be able to help you out further with this query. So you can drop your email in the chat box here. Okay, I'll be forwarding the email address to you, Rachit, so you can get in touch with Rupa, and we can figure something out with regards to this. So our next question is from Neelam. Neelam wants to know how much again, so another question with regards to the security of data. So Neelam would like to know about the aspects of the security that would be provided for data. So is there anything that you would like to further add to the data security question?
No, I think we take a lot of steps to manage our security. What I can do is I can send you like an article that we have written about security, that we usually send it out to all our customers, and that have detailed uh, you know uh, detailed explanations of what exactly we do. And we are also GDPR compliant. So with respect to European data standards, we have to take care of a lot of things within the whole GDPR compliance regime. So as a company, as the product, we are already GDPR compliant, and we have paying customers from the European region as well.
Okay, so we hope that answered your question, Neelam. So also Ritika Vinay has a question. Ritika wants to know after what the charge. Ritika wants to know what the charges or the subscription would be after the 3 month enrollment onto Stackby. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So basically, we have this annual deal, of the platform. So depends on the number of team members that you have, Ritika, onto your particular workspace. And we don't charge for read-only members. We only charge for editor and above access. So depends on the number of team members. This is the annual pricing on a monthly basis, on a annual basis. So for 3 members, it starts at 7,425 plus GST, so close to around 9,000 rupees per year. And for 6,000 for 6 members, it's close to around 17,000 rupees. And then depends on number of users that you have. So it's on our website. I can perhaps add the link here.
okay. So we hope that answered your question, Ritika. Also, yes. So we have a question from Sabita, who wants to know if we can import data into Excel and transfer information into Tally. So is that something that Stackby would also help out with?
Yeah, so I mean, you can export, the complete Stackby data back into Excel sheet. So I'll just quickly show you how that looks. So you can just export the stack, back into Excel. So you click on export stack. So the complete database will be back into an Excel sheet. So you can export it and import it to other systems as well. And same way you can import your data, from CSV, from Microsoft Access, Asana, Google Sheets, Trello, Excel, and so on.
Yes, so I hope that answered your question. So also everyone requesting you, in case anybody has any more questions that you would like to get clarified, please do drop them in the Q&A section. As we're approaching the end of this session, it would be great if you could drop in your questions in case you have any at the moment.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think we do have some questions. I see it here.
Oh, yes. Okay, so Saili wants to know what is the best way to connect the tasks to sprint planning?
Yeah. So there are two ways of doing this, Sally. One is you can create a tasks table and then link it to, individual sprints. Or what you can do is if, you want like within a row, you can open each of those sprints and then add like a subtask, as a checklist here. So there are two ways of, managing this. One is creating a separate task table and then linking it to the sprints table, or, you know, manage it like as subtask or checklist, within the same row.
Yes, Saili. So we hope that answered your query. Also, Anaga wants to know, is it useful for construction field, site management of reports and others?
Yeah. So we do have like construction project management template as well already, like within real estate if you go. So there's a construction project management template, site management as well, real estate CRM. So we do have actually a site management template also coming, very soon. So you will see, those templates already created. All you need to do is just click on use this tag and add it to your workspace. Just copy this template and add it to your particular workspace.
Okay, everyone. Any further questions that you all may have? Yes. So again, Raju would like to know, can we use restricted data vending online?
Sorry, what is the question again?
Can we use restricted data vending online? Is the question that Raju is asking.
Restricted data?
Data vending.
Sorry, I'm not able to get it. Shrika, what is?
1 second. Raju, could you please elaborate on your question? It would help us answer it better. Okay, I think Raju's query is with regards to data sharing. So yes. So can we use restricted data sharing online? So is there any such feature?
So I think I kind of get the question. So basically,
yes.
Raja, what you can do is there are three ways of sharing data. One is at the workspace level, right? Other is at the stack level where you give a complete access to a database. The third level is the view level. So for example, you just want to show, like a view of one deals and share that particular, table, and within that table, only that particular view to somebody. You can even make this like lock this view, or even share this particular view to the team member. So they will only be able to see that particular view. So in a lot of cases, what people do is they create different views for their team members, and they only give access to that particular view. So they'll be only able to see the records that are assigned to them, in that particular view. I hope that answers the question.
Yes. So another quick question. So Pragya Verma would like for you to explain the use of Stackby and how it can be implemented with regards to a non-profit organization.
Yeah. Again, we have few templates for non-profit as well. You can manage your programs, you can manage your grants, events, even like volunteers. So we also, actually helped, non-profits. So since last year, because of the whole, COVID, situation, we have helped more than, 200, plus non-profits, and we gave them access to free Stackby for 1 year to manage their programs and operations. So Pragya, if you're a non-profit, do reach out to us, and we'll help our bit in your efforts.
Yes, thank you, Rachit. Pragya, I hope that answered your question. And also, Ritika again has a question. She would like to know, can we use more than one template as we are into events and are coming up with an e-commerce and physical store?
Yeah. So absolutely. So basically, once you log in into Stackby, right, you are essentially basically you're getting a workspace. So your workspace will be upgraded. Now within a workspace, there could be multiple workflows. So there could be like 20 different workflows or 25 different types of templates that you're using, for different, departments or different workflows within your team. So that's actually one of the USPs, that you can manage, multiple things onto a single platform rather than, managing it on different Excel sheets or different platforms. So that's the whole point of Stackby. It's an all-in-one, data management, tool. So of course you can use more than one template, within a workspace. So on the economy plan, on the starter plan, you basically get 25, templates to use, or 25 databases you can create, basically, within within an individual workspace.
Yes, so we hope that answered your question as well, Ritika. So in the interest of time, everyone, we thank you all for all the questions that you sent across to us. And as we come to a close to this event, I would like to thank Rachit for providing us with such an insightful and a really well thought of and well planned session. This session really gave us a lot of insights and taught us a lot of things, and has given us really a good amount of information that would surely help all the attendants optimize their operations and get their ventures to a good level. So thank you once again, Rachit, for being a part of this with us. We really appreciate the time that you have taken out for us and this session, and I hope all the attendees as well had a good time at this session. So in case you all have any further questions or queries, I'll be dropping in an email ID in the chat box, so you can forward your queries to us, and we'll put you in touch with the Stackby team, and we can help you out with all that's required. And Rachit, in case there are any sign-up links or email addresses you would like to send, please do so as well. You're welcome to do so.
I'm just doing it right away. Yeah.
Yes.
So if you have any questions, do reach out to our, support at Stackby, or if you want to reach out to me personally, I'm at rachit@stackby.com. Happy to answer, any question. We have helped more than, with our partnership with NSRCL and also Startup India, we have helped more than, 600 startups, in India, and improve their workflows. So, just feel free, to ask any sort of a question or any challenge that you're facing, within your team or, with regards to data and workflows, happy to, help in any way.
Okay, so yes, thank you so much everyone for joining in this session. We hope you all enjoyed this as much as we did. Thank you so much, Rachit. Thank you, Deepak. Thank you everyone at Stackby for this. We're looking forward to our association.
Absolutely.
And please feel free to drop in your email queries, everyone, and hope to see you also at another session coming up whenever it does. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks, Shrika.
Thank you so much,
guys, one
Rachit.
last thing,
Thank
there is
so
a
much.
feedback form link that Deepak has shared. Please feel free, to give your feedback so we can keep doing more webinars. And if you're looking for any particular topic to do, to do it for next time, please, give your ideas to Shrika as well, or, reach out to us, and we'll make sure that we organize, more sessions, in the coming future.
Yes, everyone, please go ahead and do so. The feedback form is also important, so please don't forget to fill that out. Also, thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. I mean, it was a great time with you all. Hope to see you all sometime soon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much, Rachit. Have a good day. Thank you, Chaitali.
Thanks, Chaitali.
Thank you. Thank you, Rachit. Thank you for your time. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Take care.